What's going on, guys? Rebel Tanker, and welcome back to Axis and Allies 1914, turn 8 for the British Empire. Alright, turn 8 for the French went very well. They had 32 to spend. They bought 5 fighters for 30, saving 2. Combat, they finished off the Germans in Alsace and then attempted to liberate South Africa. South Africa, it was a trade-off of 1-to-1. And then up here in Alsace, the French, this is where it's kind of sad. The Germans fell apart at this point. The French got 16 hits, killing 12 German infantry and 2 German artillery, so there were only 14 German units, while the Germans only scored 4 hits. 4 hits out of 14. You cannot make, God, I feel like I should have taken a video because that was wild. That Germany just failed on all of its hits for that battle. And then on the non-combat, the French continue to move forward and then drop their 5 fighters. Though, as you can see from what I'm doing with the Brits, I should have done more with not just the French. I probably should have had the Russians do this too. Had I been a little bit more forward thinking about a couple things, but that's all right. All right, Britain, we have 28 to spend. We are buying in Egypt 2 infantry and a transport, and then in London an infantry, artillery, and a transport. Combat, we're going to assault the Ottoman forces here in Smyrna. We're going to use the 2 infantry from Egypt on the transport to make a landing while the ground forces go in. This will allow us to use our battleships for offshore bombardment, though these 3 artillery will get to shoot at the 2 infantry that are attempting to disembark from their transport. And then finally, with only a turn to go, the Brits are going to go for broke. They're going to risk the mines here and here to deliver. Let's see, so that's going to be 8 unit. Yeah, the 6 infantry and 2 artillery, they're going to try and deliver their load to Berlin and conduct an amphibious operation there once the British Navy also sets aside those 2 enemy cruisers. Alright, so we'll save the big battle for the end. We'll come back down to the Middle East first for our combat here. So no specials. So first, coming over to the dice tray, we'll do the offshore bombardment first. 2 battleships at 4. Alright, so the offshore bombardment only scored 1 Ottoman hit. Whoops. And then we've got I should pull this up just a little bit so it doesn't tip. And then we have 3 Ottoman artillery at 3 shooting at the landing British, at the 2 British that are landing. And the 2 British that were landing got destroyed. That's okay. We'll just see what happens. Okay, so the Brits are attacking. Oh boy. So let's see, the Brits are attacking now with 8 infantry, 2 artillery. Oh my. Against 2, 3, oh boy, 6, 11. Ooh, 12 Ottoman infantry and 3 Ottoman artillery. This might not be good, but maybe the bad luck of the Germans will hold for the Ottomans as well. Okay, so out of 6, 7, 8. So out of 8 infantry, we will have 6 shooting at 2. And it's only 1. Ouch. Miss. And then we have 2 infantry and 2 artillery shooting at 3. Okay, so that's 3 more hits. So we got 4 altogether on the Ottomans. Okay, the Ottomans will shoot back. So what did I say? That was what, 12? 3, 6, 11, 12. So that's going to be 15 altogether for 3. Don't like those odds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for 5. 3 for 10. 2 more for 15. So the Brits got 4 hits. The Ottomans got 9. So that's not going to be good. So the Brits... Whoops. So for the British, losing 9 to 9. Wow, the majority of the British force. Yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I mean, we are contesting the territory, which now means that the Ottomans have no factories to build out of because all their factories are contested. Well, I mean, if they can clear, well, obviously they'll clear the territory, so they'll be uncontested. So the Ottomans will still be able to build. And that is the one thing, like, if the territory is contested, they can't build. But as long as the territory is not completely owned by the enemy, if they recapture it, then they don't have to wait the extra turn. So once this is cleared out and this is cleared out, they can build on those factories on the same turn. Though, I mean, I guess the nice part is that even though Britain delayed them till the last turn of the game, the Ottomans are not going to be able to do much down here. So actually I do need to drop the Ottomans 2 more. Sadly, they are down to 1 IPC, and I got to put a British Roundel on there. Okay, so now let's go. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't take off the 4. I didn't take off the 4. 1, 4. There we go. So 4 Ottoman infantry were destroyed in that attack. Okay, let's go up to the Brits for the big show. Okay, so we have several ships going through the minefields. So we'll just do these 3 first because these are the first ones to go. So these ones will only have 1 rolled against them. I'm just going to hold this. So we have the 2 subs. Both make it. And we have a cruiser. That also makes it. So the first batch of the British Navy gets through. Next, we will do this cruiser. So we'll have to roll twice for it. I'll just roll 2 dice and we'll see what happens for it. And that cruiser doesn't make it. And then we'll do the 3 battleships. So that's going to be 6 dice altogether. So I'll roll the first. Well, no. 1 at a time. So 1 battleship completely makes it. Another battleship completely makes it. Another battleship. 1 battleship is damaged on its cruise in, and I don't have a flame marker, so we'll just do that. And now for the most important part, we have 4 transports. Let's see here. So 2 of the transports have an infantry and artillery, and 2 of the and then the other 2 transports just have 2 infantry each. So the ones with 2 infantry each will go first before we lose the artillery. So all right, so the first transport with 2 infantry doesn't make it, so we've lost 2 infantry. So I'm just going to do this. All right, next transport with 2 infantry. Okay, so a transport with 2 infantry has made it. So actually, I'm also going to do this. Okay, and then our first transport with an infantry and artillery makes it. And then the last transport with infantry and artillery. Ooh, that one did not make it. So, this attack is unfortunately... The ground combat is going to be 3 infantry and an artillery. And that's just not really going to be good, I don't think. But, like I said, we were kind of going for broke on this one. So we do have the naval battle. We do have 2 enemy cruisers. So we have 2 subs at 2. 2 British subs at 2. Miss. We have a British cruiser at 3. Oof. And 3 British battleships at 4. Okay, and we got the hit. We got the hits. Then the 2 German cruisers at 3. Both got hits. So we are going to just take... So yeah, 2 hits. So all 3 British battleships are now aflame again. Okay, so then the landing force, like I said, is going to be made up of 3 infantry and an artillery, and there are 2 German artillery at 3 who will fire first, because we don't get offshore bombardment. That's 2 units down, so this gamble was a fail. So we'll take the artillery and an infantry. Okay, so we have we have 2 infantry at 2. Maybe I should have taken 2 infantry instead. Well, alright. 2 infantry at 2. Complete misses. Germany has 3 infantry and 2 artillery at 3. Yep, alright, so they wiped out the British force. All that for nothing. But, like I said, it was... We were trying. We tried. And then, like I said, only one transport did sink, so I do have to do that. Like I was saying with the Brits and the Russians, had I thought more about it, I probably would have had the Russians and the French come into the sea zone, clear out the enemy cruisers first, and then send the Brits in, so that way they would have at least gotten that offshore bombardment. But it is what it is. Alright, non-combats. I don't see any non-combats for the Brits except for down here. This transport will pick up the infantry and go 1, 2. Help secure Jordan. And then deploy 2 infantry and a transport, and then up in Britain, an infantry and artillery and transport. Well, not a good turn for British arms right at the end of the game, but we took some risks. Thought we could do something, but obviously sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Oh, and this French guy fell. Alright, so then, after all the non-combats, at the end of the turn, Britain will collect 28 again. And nothing else. 1 second. Alright, well, that is going to be it for the British, and we will see you guys next time for the United States. So until then, guys, as always, take care.